So, you did it. You spent months, maybe even years, pouring your heart and soul into building the perfect app. It's your masterpiece. You hit publish, and then nothing. Just crickets. Well, if you've got this brilliant app, but your marketing budget is, let's be honest, zero, then you're in exactly the right place. Let's tackle the single biggest problem every new app has to face.
And this quote right here, from a fellow founder over on Reddit, just nails it. It's the classic catch-22, right? The ultimate chicken and egg problem. You have no users, so there's no content. But with no content, why would any users show up? It's like you've built a brand new city, but it's a ghost town, and you're the mayor, the sheriff, and the only resident.
So, how in the world do you break that cycle? How do you get that first spark of life, that critical mass of people, to turn your empty app into a thriving community? You know, this is the question that probably keeps you up at night. And the answer, well, it might not be what you think.
Okay, so first things first, we have to dismantle a really dangerous myth. That whole idea from the movies, if you build it, they will come. For startups, it's almost always a fantasy. You know the old way, right? You go into your metaphorical cave for months, you polish every single feature in total secrecy, and then you have this big launch day expecting a flood of users. But you get a trickle. The thing is, the answer isn't just to shout louder. No, it's about changing the entire game plan right from the very beginning.
And what does that change? It's a huge mindset shift. It's this: marketing isn't the last thing you do, it is the very first thing you do. It's all about building a community before you even have a product to show them.
We call this the audience-first strategy. And listen, this isn't about just racking up a bunch of followers. It's about building real, genuine relationships. You're creating a space where people actually want to hang out. They want to learn from you, and they feel comfortable sharing their problems. That way, when you finally launch, you're not selling to a bunch of strangers. You're sharing something cool with your friends.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. A small, fired-up community of 100 people who really believe in your vision, they are worth their weight in gold. They're way more powerful than a massive, indifferent crowd. These are going to be your first users, your first 5-star reviewers, and your loudest champions.
So how do we do this? Well, think of the build, measure, learn loop from the lean startup. It's literally the engine for this entire strategy. But here's the twist. You don't just apply this to your app's code, you apply it to your audience. You build content, you measure how they react, and you learn what they actually care about.
All right, so the theory makes sense, right? But let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually do this? How do you build that audience and land your first 100 users when you've got no money to spend? Here is the playbook.
First up, content. You got to start sharing your story. Document the journey, the wins, the failures, everything. Take founder Desmond H., for example. He started writing about his experience building his app, Savvy. And guess what? He attracted the exact people he wanted as users. You can also create useful freebies like a quick ebook or a checklist to start building that all-important email list. It's not about making noise, it's about giving away real value.
But here's the crucial part. You can't just post and walk away. You've got to engage. Find the subreddits where your people hang out. Jump into Facebook groups and forums. Answer questions, be genuinely helpful, and don't just spam your link. And here's a killer tip that comes straight from the trenches. Be the first user yourself. If you built a travel app, you write the first amazing travel guides. If it's a marketplace, you go find the first sellers and offer to build their profiles for them. Yeah, it's a hustle, but it absolutely works.
And this whole idea, it applies to influencer marketing too. On the right, that's the old way. A one-time payment for a quick shout-out. It's purely transactional. But look at the left. That's the audience-first approach. It's about building a real, long-term relationship with creators who actually care about what you're building. One is just an ad. The other creates a true advocate for your brand.
Okay, speaking of outreach, I've got a killer, super actionable hack for you. You already have a built-in network of people who know and probably trust you, your LinkedIn connections. You just go to your connections, dig into the settings, and hit Export Connections. Boom! You now have a spreadsheet with the emails of your entire professional network. It's that simple, it's free, and it's an instant list to get you started. Okay, so you've done the hard work. You're driving traffic, getting people to your App Store page. But your job's not over yet. Now you have to convince them to actually hit that download button. And this is where App Store Optimization, or ASO, becomes your absolute best friend.
And here's why this is so critical. 79%. Let that sink in for a second. That's how many people check an app's ratings and reviews before they even consider downloading it. I mean, think about it. You do this too, right? This page is your storefront, and those reviews are the most powerful social proof you have.
So let's break ASO down. Think of this as your toolkit. You've got your app title, your keywords, your screenshots, your description. These are all levers you can pull to get more downloads. And here's a sneaky little hack for you. In your keyword list, tuck in the name of a big, popular competitor. People searching for them might just find you instead.
Let's make this super clear with an example. On the before side, you've got PhotoPal. I mean, it's fine, but it's totally generic. It'll get lost. But look at the after. By adding AI editor and collage right in the title, and then loading the keywords with things people are actually searching for, like Facetune, suddenly your app is way more discoverable. It's a night and day difference.
Now, getting those 5-star reviews, that takes a bit of strategy. Don't be that app that begs for a review the second it opens. No. Wait for a happy moment, a moment of success, like after a user finishes a task or beats a level. And here's a really smart move. Before you pop up that official review box, just ask a simple question in your app. Hey, are you enjoying this? If they say yes, then you ask for the review. And please, reply to your reviews, all of them. It shows a real human is listening.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a lot of stuff to do. But how does it all connect? This isn't just a random to-do list. The goal here is to build a growth flywheel. It takes a big push to get it started, but pretty soon it starts spinning on its own.
So let's bring back this diagram we looked at earlier. It all fits together perfectly. See? Customer discovery, that's building your audience. It's getting out there and talking to people and learning. And customer validation, that's your ASO, your content, your marketing. You're taking what you learned and putting it into practice. Each step powers the next, and the whole thing starts to spin faster and faster.
And this whole loop, this whole process, it brings us to the real point of all this, summed up perfectly here by Eric Ries. The goal isn't just to launch an app or make a quick buck. The real goal is to learn. Every blog post you write, every conversation you have, every single review is a piece of data that helps you learn how to build a business that can actually last.
So remember, your marketing doesn't start on launch day. It starts today, right now. Your audience is out there. They're waiting. The only question left is, what's the very first thing you're going to go learn from them?